workers in the world. What I'm here to talk about is the issue that's been on the top priority from day one. That's creating jobs for Missouri families and growing our economy. Today, Missouri's economy continues to rebound, and nowhere is this more apparent than here in the Kansas City region, a thriving hub of innovation and next-generation manufacturing. Just next door, Ford's Kansas City assembly plant, built by the building trades, is now churning out more vehicles than any other Ford plant in the world. It's not just here in Kansas City, but all across our state. Factories are opening, businesses are hiring, and folks are getting back to work. Over the past 6 years, I'm proud of the work we've done, bringing Democrats and Republicans together to create an environment where middle-class families can earn a good wage and where businesses can grow and create jobs. Balancing the budget every year, protecting our spotless AAA credit rating, providing record funding for our local schools, and holding down college tuition increases to the lowest level in the nation. Okay? Critical to these efforts has been the strength and the skills of our trained workforce. For generations, the ability of workers to join together and bargain collectively for wages, benefits, and training has lifted the living standards of families everywhere, both union and non-union. It's what gave this country the minimum wage, child labor laws, health insurance, quite simply, the weekend. And each day, it's what gives thousands of Missouri men and women a ticket to the middle class and the opportunity to pursue the American dream. Folks like Katrina, who's with us here from Liberty, with us here today. Let me tell her story, because it's not the only one. She's a single mom raising 4 girls. And like her father before her, Katrina is union strong. Before she joined Local 249, she was barely getting by, working part-time at a supermarket chain that didn't offer benefits. With a high school degree, her job options were limited. Katrina now works a split shift at the Ford plant, where she receives on-the-job training, good wages, and health insurance. I should note recently, as a result of that training, at UAW's contract with Ford, she received a $10 an hour raise. That raise will allow Katrina to save up to buy her own home. And this summer, thanks to a tuition plan the union helped negotiate, she plans to start working on a college degree at the same time as raising those kids and working. So Katrina and her family working at Ford has been transformative. Think of that. Think of what it was like with 4 kids trying to do it, working at a place with no benefits. And think of this opportunity, how she's embraced this opportunity for excellence, and how none of that is possible unless an organized workforce is fighting at the table to get that done. It's also beneficial to this community as a whole. I think it's important to talk about that. After all, when Missourians here, Local 249, get a raise, everybody else out here gets a raise. That means more pickup trucks get bought, more hunting rifles, more barbecue grills, more baseball gloves, more Royals jerseys, all of the stuff that you buy that keeps the economy going. It means more businesses for the coffee shop down the street, more work for the local accountant at tax time, and more cash in a collection plate at church on Sunday. Okay?
Right. Amen.
When you go to a dealership to drive off an F-150, you can have the confidence of knowing that it's built safe with skilled labor. These are benefits that happen when we work together to build an economy that works for everyone. Okay? Now, unfortunately, the legislature passed a bill this session that puts this progress at risk. This extreme measure would take our state backward, squeeze the middle class, lower wages for Missouri families, and subject businesses to criminal and civil liability. The special interests who are supporting this bill don't want to talk about its damaging effects it would have. So they've given it a very misleading name, right to work. But the truth is, right to work is wrong, it will not work, and today, right here, I'm going to veto that bill. Things wrong with House Bill 116. So let me take just a moment to go through each one. First, making it harder for workers to organize and collectively bargain will not strengthen our economy.
That's right.
It won't. In fact, this legislation would reduce wages for everyone. In states with these laws, workers, all workers, make thousands of dollars less per year. Let me say again, if this bill becomes law, middle-class families can expect to make thousands of dollars less per year for the same work they're doing now. Even supporters of the bill admit it would lead to lower wages. Okay? And quite frankly, why are we even thinking about building an economy on lower wages?
Right.
We want to build an economy on stronger wages.
Right.
On more wages. Missouri workers are the best in the world. They get up early, stay late, they get the job done, and in return, this legislation will give them a pay cut. So House Bill 116 is a war on wages, and it cannot become law. Now, second, this bill is also anti-business. In addition to denying employers the skilled workforce they need to compete, this bill represents exactly the kind of big government overreach that proponents of this bill say they're against. Employers, let's pick one, like Ford, have spent years cultivating a skilled, reliable, and safe workforce that's necessary to deliver quality products to their customers. Many other businesses don't use union workers, and that's their choice. Here in Missouri, we believe companies should have the freedom to decide how they run their businesses. This bill would change all that. Under House Bill 116, state government would come in with a heavy-handed new mandate on employers. And if employers were to run afoul of these arbitrary new rules, they'd be subject to criminal penalties, prosecuted by local prosecutors, the Attorney General, and exposed to unlimited civil liability. To grow our economy and create jobs, we should be supporting businesses in our state, not threatening them with fines and costs of litigation. Once again, lowering the wages for working people and putting new crimes and unlimited civil liability against businesses as a condition of employment, that is not what you do to build the economy that we're moving forward with here. All this helps explain why supporters of this bill had to take the extreme step of cutting off all debate in the Senate in order to get it through. You know, in a democracy, when the only argument somebody has is shut up, they must not have a very good argument.
No, sir.
That's one of the reasons why in the House, nearly 24 Republican legislators joined with Democrats to stand up for workers and vote against the strong-headed legislation. Here in Missouri, Democrats and Republicans alike agree that a highly skilled workforce is vital to our economic competitiveness. This bill would weaken our workforce and make Missouri less competitive. We agree that businesses should have the freedom to decide who they hire and what contracts they enter into. We don't need to come to the state and pass laws that dramatically change that and put penalties in folks for that. This bill takes away that freedom. And we agree that to strengthen the middle class, Missourians need more opportunities to create better jobs. This bill would result in a pay cut for workers. Friends, the bottom line is that if we take away the ability for workers to band together and bargain for higher wages, that hurts everyone. Not just auto workers, carpenters, pipe fitters, but also waiters, landscapers, shop owners, and CPAs. 37 years ago, the people of Missouri spoke loud and clear when they defeated right to work at the ballot box. It's as true now as it was then. Right to work is wrong for Missouri, it's wrong for the middle class, and it has never become the law of the show me state.
Right.
I remember 1978. Coming home from work one day, in my sweet-looking, cinnamon-colored AMC Gremlin, with a cool orange racing stripe on the side. And that right to work is a rip-off bumper sticker right there on the back of it. Okay? I was pretty young, but I realized even back then that I wouldn't have had a new car if it wasn't for those wages.
Right.
And I wouldn't have been able to pay for a big portion of my own college with help of mom and dad if I wasn't making a better wage in the summer. And I knew then, as I know now, right to work is wrong. It's wrong for the middle class, and especially at this time in our history, as we're beginning to get the energy we need to get wages headed in the right direction for this middle class and expand those opportunities, and to stunt that growth of opportunity is the wrong policy for the state. Now, there's just one little thing I've left to do. I mentioned earlier in the speech. Okay. 5 years ago, I stood in a room right here at Local 249 to sign the Missouri Manufacturing Jobs Act. Okay. That's where I signed it. Bipartisan legislation to help lead us to rebirth the American auto manufacturing, and quite frankly, a whole lot of other manufacturing too. Okay. Today I'm taking a different action, but one that's no less important to Missouri families and the long-term strength of our economy. With that, before I take questions from the press, I need to do a little gubernatorial activity over here.